Good day to you, Pastor Jim Wallace from Crossroads International Church, right here in South Attleboro, Massachusetts. The last few weeks I've spoken on value, I've spoken on trust, and respect and honor. And as a person who loves history and also one who loves to watch and more accurately observe people, I've gained some perspective over the years that things aren't nearly as dire as some would want you to believe, and it's also not as wonderful as others might say. Not sure if you agree with me asking this question of us all, but it would be far better to learn to be thankful and prayerful. And also to be thankful for this following couple of things: the Lord's kindness and provision. The fact that for this place and time in history, we've been born into it and we have to live in it. And for the truth and wisdom God can offer that brings amazing clarity and perspective. We need to be prayerful for our nation and for our leaders to have integrity. When people have integrity, it leads to a nation that opens a door for sound governing and, even prosperity. And prosperity that's not truly defined by wealth, but more of a sense of favor and well-being. And that's what I think of when I read these thoughts by Solomon. When it goes well with the righteous, the city rejoices. When the wicked perish, there is jubilation. By the blessing of the upright, the city is exalted, and it is overthrown by the mouth of the wicked. I know what people are like when you think of integrity. I am sure you know people that have integrity, people of character, people who lead in various levels of government, whether local, regional, or national. And they're a blessing to their communities, and they're great spheres of influence. And I know there's a great need for people of integrity to be raised up in civic, business, and spiritual arenas. I'm not an active person in politics, and you will never hear me do that. And that's not what I'm really talking about here. I'm talking about the fact that when people of integrity lead, that the people of understanding, they're people who are trustworthy in spirit, and then as a result, for us all, there's joy, there's gladness, and there's prosperity of well-being. The next time you kind of find yourself complaining about the government or the leaders in any sector of life, take some time to be thankful and pray for integrity instead. It will help you adjust to the perspective and help you to see that God's blessing, and it'll help you to become a blessing to other people. I believe that's why the prophet Daniel had such great favor in the emperors he served, and why both Peter and Paul urged us to pray for those in positions of authority. And this is what Peter said: submit yourselves for the Lord's sake to every human authority, whether to be the emperor as the supreme authority, or to governors who are sent by him to punish those who do wrong and to commend those who do right. For it's God's will that by doing good you would silence the ignorant talk of foolish people. Live as a free people, but do not use your freedom as to cover up for evil. Live as God's slaves, show proper respect to everyone, love the family of believers, fear God, and honor the emperor. These men knew that it was what it was like to live under tyranny and oppression. Don't misunderstand, they were under Rome's oppression. But when we look at Peter and what he's asking us to do here, a guy who is under Rome's oppression and tyranny, look at what he's saying. He's telling you to submit yourselves for the Lord's sake to every human authority. That's a president or a mayor or a governor. Anyone's in charge. And even those who do wrong, and do good things to silence ignorance, and respect everyone, and to honor your leader. That has an eternal perspective, and we're thankful and prayerful men of God when we start to do this. We're told that when the righteous and people of integrity are leaders, it's a blessing to everyone, and it brings honor to the city and the nation. This week, instead of complaining, let's turn and pray for the leaders to be raised up who have integrity in all spheres of government, in all spheres of influence. This is in your towns, your cities, your states, and your highest level of government, whether you're here in this country, you're in South America, you're in Europe. Let's just pray for people of integrity to be raised up. And those spiritual leaders in your life, those pastors, those the priests, maybe it's nuns, whatever it is in your life, they truly need God's protection. They, like me, we all have feet of clay, and our prayers are that your prayers would go a long way to encourage us to be strong folks with integrity and grace. And as you pray, be thankful for where you are now and not where you were yesterday. And like I said earlier, embrace where you live right now and in this time. It's a glorious time. Don't believe propaganda. Celebrate your life right now and just enjoy the rest of your day. I thank you for listening. I'll see you next time. God bless.